Hey Conor, great meeting yesterday. I'm just sending you on your functional screening. Firstly and foremost, just to do with the functional screening, it's one of the best functional screenings that I've seen. So you'd be glad to know that going forward in the first couple of sessions, hopefully, unless we notice something else, you won't have very little mobility work to do. So it'll be straight into the sort of lifting and sort of getting strong and working on your sort of powerful movements like your deadlift, your bench, and your squat, which is so you'll see huge improvements in them over the course of hopefully 8 weeks at least. You'll see a good few PBs on your 8th week. First 3 weeks you'll find a bit slow, and then after 4 weeks, as I showed you in the programs, you see a huge increase in your sort of numbers, your starting numbers from when you'll be starting, hopefully on Thursday. So just run through this real quick. So again, the first thing here is just nice straight back. So that your back is nice and flat. There's no tucking of the pelvis, so your hips aren't falling underneath. So that's not happening there. You're just nice and straight here on the back and going nice and straight down. Also, your range of motion in your ankles. So just here, you're looking at your ankle flexibility. So if you're tight in the ankles, it stops your knee from going forward into the position that you're here. So if you're tight in the ankles, as we discussed before, you'd find that angle there that you have from your ankle to your knee, if you're tight in your ankles, basically that angle wouldn't be there. It'd be a lot more upright. So if it's a lot more upright, obviously you would be able to sit as low, so you'd be falling all over the place. So again, I'm just sending on the compliments more so than anything looking through this. The only thing that I noticed was from the front was a small bit of a mobility issue in your sort of in your right hip. So here you can slightly see that your left hip is slightly lower than your right hip. So again, I hope you can notice that. But again, if you look at your right knee towards your left knee, there's a slight angle. So again, your left hip is slightly lower, so a bit caught up on the right hand side. But again, during our warm up, we'll get these right out of you. Again, maybe sort of a small bit of mobility issue with your sort of right lat. Again, you can see that your left arm is a lot straighter than your right arm. There's a bit of a bend in your right arm, as you can see with that line. But again, that's to do with a lot of upper back strength and sort of stabilizer strength. But again, we'll correct all these issues going forward. Just to note those main areas that we'll be targeting in the next session, which will basically be your right hip and also your lats on either side. And then from your back, we'll also then be working on the strength in your upper back. So your sort of rhomboids, which are just located up here between the two scapulas. So basically there's not much there thankfully to go through. So I look forward to starting off with you and getting strong, getting powerful. So good stuff, man, and see you soon.